Hello, Tantikiawo. I hope you're feeling good because I'm feeling so much better. Naskaman, I thank you. I know I'm gonna with the matan what we used for the our bathroom. We had Sears catalog, Eaton's catalog. We just tear the page and use it. We had two holes in the toilet, one for short people, the other one for the adults. And we all used it. That's the only way. Plus, we had whatever chamber pots in the house, I guess. And but it was not an easy life, as you have to go there winter or summer. Go to the toilet, sit in the cold. Yeah. Oh, and I want to tell you, Martin, about the paper. Excuse me. The paper was not always smooth. Some of it was painted, kind of shiny. You have to find another page because you can't wipe your butt with that. It's too shiny and slippery. So that's what we had to do. We had no newspapers. Those days, there was mostly tin or tarp or tin cans. Paper was very scarce. No plastic. Plastic was nobody there. The dishes were all kind of china or tin. Tin. Yeah, and the chairs. The chairs, the furniture was made out of blocks of wood. Yeah, blocks of wood, and you just cut the height you want of the chair where to sit, and there's a block of wood there. That's your chair, and the tables. Yeah, Grandpa made the tables and the other stuff, the cupboards, and fences. Fences were all wood, and they were put together in kind of a with a with a with a U. You leave a U there, and that's where you drop one one piece of wood, and then you put another stick on the other side, and you put that U there, another U for that length, how high you wanted. And we had fence all around the yard where we keep all the animals. See, we keep all the animals in the yard by the barn, and the barn had full of straw, dry straw for the feed for the animals, the cows and the horses. But there was so much work for them. My grandpa, my uncle, my aunties, my nokum, she looked after the children, the cooking, the cleaning, the washing, and there's so much more to it than that. Because the washing, there was no washers. It was all in the tub with what do you call it was made out of a tin, a washboard. It's just a crinkly washboard made out of tin or glass, and that's what they use for to clean the clothing. But there was so much more to it, and us children, we didn't have socks and stuff when we were very young. We had little slippers, little moccasins with rawhide. Yeah, little slippers, not fancy, just enough to keep our feet warm. Yeah, that was part of how we dressed, and our clothing was made a lot of out of a little bit of cotton or flour sacks or sugar sacks. They were painted in red and blue and green, whatever, to say what it is. And sometimes the paint is still there, and it didn't wash out. So there's your underwear, your slip, or your dress, and it's partly a little bit of paint here and there. And they call the underwear like the bloomers. They weren't panties. They were like a little shorts with elastic and elastic at the leg and bodies. Yeah, but the dresses were simple, just a little stiff, maybe no sleeves. But that was part of our wonder clothing. Nobody had many, and our lots of things were so different than what we have. But that was part of life. And the other one was what was the other thing was, I think, our bedding. Our bedding had maybe rabbit fur for the inside of the flannelette. We had flannelettes, but very not too much. They were left for diapers or undergarments for bigger people, and long johns were there, but that was for the hunters, the trappers, the big people. We little people had only little leftover cotton, little leftover whatever leftover material for us, our stuff, because there was so many. There was my aunties. Yeah, I had what? Auntie Delphine, Caroline, my Uncle Joe, he was older, and Auntie Mary, Auntie Florence, Auntie Madeline, Auntie Florestine, who died young, and Uncle Pat and Adam. They both died in 3 years. My grandmother lost 3 children in one less than a year. I was only about 7 or 8 by that time. Yeah, it was very unhappy, sad time. We children didn't understand, but the part of our playmates were gone. Yeah, that was the sad part. But Florence and I, we were almost the same age. We got along fine. We clung to each other no matter what, even the later years before I left. Yeah, but that part of life. It was my grandmother, very strong woman. On Sunday, she'd take us all little children for a walk while she says her prayers, and we followed. We couldn't talk, so we just followed her. She said her prayers around about maybe a mile and a half around the house and the back, and all the way back to the house, and and then she'd have a soup ready, and lunchtime we had our soup and bannock or bread, homemade bread. It was a good life for me. Yeah, I I loved it. I still remember almost everything about that time of life. And that's something. I thank you. Yeah, for this day. Yeah. Yeah. I didn't talk about